It is easier than ever for anybody to become a photographer. With smartphones, almost everyone has a camera on them at all times, and with the help of social media, anyone can share their photos with the world. So whether you're taking pictures on your phone for fun or using a professional DSLR camera, it is important to know when and where you can take pictures. The general law of street photography in all 50 states is that if a photographer's feet are in a public place, then anything in the scope of their camera is legal to take a picture of. That means anyone in a public setting is subject to getting their photograph taken without their consent. So, people in public places have very limited privacy rights. This can be seen in the case of Gill v. Hearst Publishing Company. In an issue of Harper's Bazaar, an article was published about the topic of love, and a photograph of a couple embracing the farmer's market was used for the article. The picture was taken without their consent, and the plaintiffs sued for damages due to an invasion of their privacy. The Supreme Court of California ruled against the plaintiffs because the plaintiffs willingly embraced in a public environment where they could be seen by others, thus taking the risk in being photographed. While it may be legal for photographers to take pictures of people in public, a photographer should still be ethical. By following the ethics of John Stuart Mill, which is to treat others how you want to be treated, you can minimize the harm to the public as a photographer. With that in mind, it would be respectful to get permission before publishing someone's photo. How would you feel if you found a picture of yourself you didn't even know existed was plastered on the front page of a newspaper? By not asking for permission, you could end up seriously offending someone, like in the case of Nussumvik v. DeCorsia. Photographer Philip Lorca DeCorsia took a collection of candid photographs of people on the streets of New York City for an exhibit titled Heads. The exhibit blew up and was published in magazines and newspapers. One of the pictures was of Erno Nussumvik, an Orthodox Jew. Because of the exhibit, his picture could be found everywhere. And this was very upsetting to Nussumvik because his religious beliefs go against having their picture taken. Nussumvik sued DeCorsia in the New York County Supreme Court for a violation of privacy. The court ultimately decided that the right to free expression transcends an individual's right to privacy. But the court did note that it was deeply and spiritually offensive to use the photograph. This could have been avoided if DeCorsia asked Nussumvik for permission to use his picture. That is why it is always best to follow the ethics of John Stuart Mill and ask for consent. Although the general law of street photography allows photographers to take pictures of almost everything, there are some things you still can't do. In some areas, even though it is technically a public place, it doesn't mean you should be taking pictures there. Know what places or events you should and shouldn't photograph. For example, even though a bathroom in a park is a public place, it doesn't make it okay to take pictures of people in there without their knowledge or consent. Same with anywhere else a person might expect privacy. For example, an AA meeting. Also, it is not okay to photograph someone who is in a private place while you're in a public place. So even though a road is a public place, you can't zoom in on someone through their window into their home. It is another good idea to avoid publishing embarrassing photos of people. They could sue you for defamation if they can prove it has harmed their reputation. So, to recap, as a photographer, it is important to keep these tips in mind while shooting. It is legal in the United States to take pictures of anyone or anything in a public place. Follow the ethics of John Stuart Mill while taking pictures in public and try to always ask for consent. And use common sense to know where in public you shouldn't take pictures, and do not publish a compromising photo of someone, as it could invade their privacy rights, which can lead to a defamation case. Thank you so much for watching!